What are expert advisors, also called Forex robots? Expert advisors are self-trading systems that are adapted to MetaTrader 4 platform. This means that you cannot trade with expert advisors on any platform, but only on the MT4 platform because they are written in a special programming language. Let's say what their purpose is. In the past lessons, we talked about indicators. I will now turn on the RSI indicator. What did I say? When the RSI indicator is in the overbought zone, we have a sell signal. At this point, the indicator indicated that there could be a turnaround, that the price was too high, and that it could fall. Now, what is an expert advisor? An expert advisor, unlike an indicator that only gives us signals, when it's turned on, it can automatically activate trade. Each expert advisor has certain characteristics and parameters. When these parameters are matched, it activates the position. There are a huge number of expert advisors on the market. They are either created by traders who know how to program in special programming languages, or traders can hire developers who make an expert advisors for them. For example, if you wanted the position to be activated whenever the RSI indicator drops from the overbought zone to the neutral zone, we would need to specify that condition as a parameter, and EA would always activate the trades in such situation. Of course, this is just one parameter. Traders generally add many more of them. The parameters contained in expert advisors are generally related to specific inputs related to indicators such as this RSI, but also can be any other indicator. Also, an expert advisor can use inputs from several different indicators. Expert advisors are located in the navigator window. It's not currently active. I will click on this little star, the navigator field, and then I will click on the expert advisors field on this small plus. Here it is. The list of expert advisors pops up. We see a lot of expert advisors here. The most of them are by default in the MT4 platform. We also see this marked with GFD. They are all expert advisors that I have put together with the mini terminal program. In the file that you received in one of the previous lessons, when I was showing how to install the mini terminal, I inserted all these expert advisors at the same time, and I hope you did the same also. Honestly, I don't use expert advisors in trading. I don't have much confidence in them because even when they give good results, these results are generally short term. Sometimes it can make a good profit for a month, maybe 2 months, but after that it often results in a big loss. So you have to be very careful with them. Also, if you think that there is no any additional work with expert advisors, if you think you can turn on an expert advisor and then expect from it to bring you money while you sleep, this is unlikely to be the case. You have to constantly adjust the expert advisors, try it on different currency pairs, optimize it, and so on. So it's not really a too easy job. Even though I don't use them in trading, they are very popular among traders, and I need to say something about them. So in the next lesson, I will show you how these expert advisors can be activated on the MT4 platform. First on the list is the average directional index. By name we can conclude that is related to the indicator with the same name. This one is related to the Bollinger Bands indicator, this one here to the commodity channel index, this one here to the moving average, this one to MACD, while this expert advisor here uses parameters or inputs from the RSI indicator, and this one below is related to the stochastic indicator. So most expert advisors are tied to one of the indicators, and based on the inputs from those indicators, the expert advisors activates a buy or sell position. Of course, in addition to these basic inputs, each robot also uses parameters to determine the level of stop loss, profit, and risk level for each trade. Before we activate any expert advisor, it is important that auto trading be activated first. If you do not have this auto trading field in this top menu, right-click on one of these icons and then select Customize. On my platform, this button is already in the selected box, but if you have it in this left available field, simply check it, then click on Insert and it will appear here above. Okay, when you see this red circle, it means that auto trading is off. When I click on it and when the green circle appears, auto trading is activated and we can use some of these expert advisors. To turn on one of them, simply click on the one you want to activate. I will select this Bollinger Bands, mark it, click the right mouse button and the new option will appear. We can delete it, modify it, we can even create our own expert advisor, but only if we know how to programming in MQL language. Okay, to activate it, I will simply click on the Attach to a Chart field. A new window will open. Here we have a few tabs. In the Input field, you can see all the inputs that the expert advisor uses to activate the positions. Only when all these parameters are achieved, the position will be activated. Here you see inputs related to take profit, stop loss, and lot size. That's it. The expert advisor is active. How do I know that is active? By seeing a smiling face in the upper right corner. If I would like to deactivate the expert advisor, I just need to click auto trading again. Look, now we see a sad face in the upper right corner. If you want to remove this expert advisor from the chart, right-click on the chart, then Expert Advisors, and click on Remove Field. In this way, we have removed the expert advisor from this currency pair. Now let's include a few of them. First, we need to click on Auto Trading, and then attach an expert advisor to the chart. We see that is active now, nothing is happening. It will happen when all the conditions required by that expert advisor are fulfilled, that means when the position became activated. For this to happen, we have to wait, sometimes only a few moments, but sometimes for a few days. Also on other currency pairs, we can add this or any other expert advisor, so I will do it now. On another currency pair, I'm going to include this one, the Commodity Channel Index. You can see that is also active. On the third currency pair, I will add Moving Average. I will add a Relative Strength Index on this currency pair. Okay, we have added 4 expert advisors on 4 currency pairs. Now we just have to wait in order to see what will happen and what results these expert advisors will bring us. At the moment, we have 5,008 euros on the account. We will wait a few days to see if any position will be activated and whether the expert advisor will bring profit or loss to us. Let's see what happened a week after we added this expert advisor on chart. We can see that 2 positions are currently open. The balance in the account is 5,003, which means a little less than the previous balance. I'll click on account history to see what's been going on. We had a few trades. This last one was profitable. We lost on this second trade, then 0.43, 0.19 and 9.45. Okay, besides this we have 2 more open trades. On both we have a small profit. As you can see, nothing special happened. We cannot say that these expert advisors made us some profit, but the important thing is that they didn't make a big loss. Of course, based on these 7 days, we cannot conclude whether or not the expert advisor is making money. To be able to say whether an expert advisor is profitable or not, we should test them for a minimum of 3 months and probably more. Now, in the MetaTrader 4 platform, there is one phenomenal option that allows us to test expert advisor in the previous period. That is to do a backtest analysis and see what the results of a particular expert advisor was in the past, for example, as 3 months, 6 months, or even a year. Based on that testing, we can conclude which expert advisor really works, and based on that, we can roughly assume what results we can expect in the future. More about that in the next lesson. Let's first see what expert advisors we have on offer. Okay, these are the ones here. They are in the field Expert Advisors. Okay, one of them we are going to test and see what results the Expert Advisor would bring in the past period. If you want to test an Expert Advisor, it is necessary to click on the Strategy Tester button. If you do not have this option in this upper menu, right-click and then click on Customize. If this option is located in this left available part, move it to this right selected part and then click on the Close field. Okay, since it's already in that part, I'll close this window. I will click on the Strategy Tester field. A new section will appear at the bottom of the platform where we will enter the parameters for testing Expert Advisors. In the first field, we choose whether to test an Expert Advisor or an indicator. Of course, I will leave an Expert Advisor. In the next field, we need to select the Expert Advisor we want to test. We see here the first listed. When we click on this arrow, we can select any Expert Advisor from the MetaTrader 4 platform. Here we can select the symbol or currency pair, which we will use to test the Expert Advisor. Here we can see the euro-dollar currency pair because the euro-dollar is currently open on the chart. I would like to tell you right away, and that is my advice, to use Expert Advisors only on the main or most traded currency pairs because they have the smallest spread and therefore you will have lower trading costs. So my advice for you is to start with euro-dollar currency pair, and after that you can add some other pairs. Here we see Expert Advisor testing models. Please leave this one that was already set by default. Then the following options are Visual Mode and Use Date. Please do not check the Visual Mode option. So if it's checked, just uncheck it. It visually shows you how an Expert Advisor has been opening positions, which is good, but process of analysis lasts much longer. This is not so important to you. What is important is final result of an Expert Advisor. In the Use Data field, we select the period for testing the Expert Advisor. This period also depends on the time frame. If you want to test an Expert Advisor on M1 or M5 time frame, then select a shorter time period in these fields. So on smaller time frames, choose a shorter period, for example from 3 to 6 months. If you are testing an Expert Advisor on larger time frames such as H1, H4, and especially daily chart, then choose a longer period of time for testing. I will select the H1 time frame and the time period of about 1 year. From the 1st of April 2018 to, let it be 1st May 2019, which means about a year. The next option is Expert Properties. Here you see the deposit amount. This is not the amount you have in your account. You can enter any amount you want and testing will be based on that amount. You can also choose the currency. This data is really not that important. It is important that you select long and short here to see results for both long and short trades. In the Inputs tab, you can change the inputs related to Expert Advisors. We will talk about this in the next lesson when we do Expert Advisor optimization. The inputs of Expert Advisor can also be changed. These fields are not so important for now. So what did we do? We selected the first Expert Advisor. We could select any other, it doesn't matter. Then we selected the time period for testing and time frame. Okay, I'll click on the Start. And here it is. The backtest analysis is done. To see if this Expert Advisor would bring us profit in the previous year or not, just click on the Results field. Here's a list of all trades that this Expert Advisor would open. There is a lot of trades. The final result of this Expert Advisor is 10,218. This means that on invested $10,000 with this Expert Advisor, we would make a profit of $218 in a year. Not very big profit, but better than loss anyway. Well, as you have seen, the backtest analysis of Expert Advisor is very simple. So we are going to repeat. We first need to select the Expert Advisor we want to test, then select the currency pair, then the time interval, then time frame, and finally click on the start field. Of course, the spread item is also important. Leave this current so that the Expert Advisor can include spread cost into calculation. Okay, now is your turn. Choose any Expert Advisor and test it. As you have seen, the results are not bad. Little profit has been made, but our task now is to try to achieve a better results than this one with the same Expert Advisor. So in the next lesson, we will deal with the optimization of Expert Advisors. What does Expert Advisor optimization mean? This means that we will try to adjust the inputs of the Expert Advisor so it can bring us a higher profit. In the last lesson, we did a backtest analysis of the Expert Advisor average directional index and saw that it would bring us a profit of $218 on 10,000 invested dollars. Okay, now how to do an optimization? I will click on the Expert Properties. Here you can see all the inputs used by this Expert Advisor, and now we are going to change them. As we can see, take profit is 50, also the stop loss, lot size is 0.1, and so on. We should now try different combination. For example, instead of take profit 50, we can put 30, stop loss is 50, instead of death number we can put 20, change the amount we invest, change the parameters, and so long until we get a better results. This can take a lot of time when doing manually, but the good news is that the MT4 platform can do it for you. We can set it to test a large number of combinations of these inputs and find out which one would be best for us. Now we are going to do it. First and foremost, we have to choose an Expert Advisor. I will leave this one because we used it in the last lesson. I will leave the same period and the same time frame. Now let's try to optimize it. I will click on the Expert Properties field. At the beginning, my advice to you is do not change these inputs based on which the trades are triggered. You can do this in next cases. If you know the Expert Advisor very well, if the Expert Advisor is created by you, or if you know very well the indicator based on which the Expert Advisor is created. This Expert Advisor is called the Average Directional Index, which means it's based on the indicator with the same name. If you do not know this indicator very well, do not change these inputs. What we can freely adjust are the levels of stop loss, take profit, and risk. This is the simplest optimization, but it is also very important, and the best for you is to start with the simplest things. Okay, what should we do first? We need to adjust the inputs from these three columns so that MT4 platform makes a combination of different inputs, and then we can just choose the best one. To change any of these inputs, it's necessary to click on this box. We will first set up take profit. The first column is called value. The value tells us how much will be take profit when the Expert Advisor activates the position. I will now change and, for example, put 20 pips. In the start column, we enter the amount from which we want to start optimization. I will enter number 20 again. Let's first explain what a stop column means. The stop column tells us what is the maximum amount of take profit that will be used in this optimization. I will put 60 pips. Okay, what does this mean? This means that MT4 platform will testing Expert Advisor with combinations of take profit from 20 to 60 pips, and then we will choose the best for us. In this step column, we determine how much take profits will be used from 20 to 60. If I leave here 10, it means that the first take profit for testing will be 20 pips, next 30, then 40, 50, and 60. If we put number 1, then all combinations from 20 to 60 would be used for the testing. starting with the take profit 20, then 21, 22, and so on up to 60. There is no need to use all these combinations, and also the testing will last much longer. I will put in the column step number 5 and reduce the number of combinations. Let's set up a stop loss. I will click on this box and we will repeat the process. We'll start testing with 20 pips. I'll put 5 in the step column and up to 60 pips. Okay, I will click on the OK box. It is also necessary to select the optimization field and then click on the start. We will wait a while. It will take some time. Pay attention to the lower left corner. We see the number 81. This means that the MT4 tested 81 combinations of inputs which we have entered. Let's see what the results are. I will click on the Optimization Results tab. Here we see the results of all possible combinations. So these are not trades as we saw in the last lesson. These are the results of the same expert advisor with the different inputs. I will click on the right mouse button. Pay attention to the Skip Useless Results field. Check this box to avoid showing negative results as you do not need them. The entire table is sorted by column profit. The best result is $882.2. So traders, as you have seen in this lesson that lasts only a few minutes, you learned how to increase the profitability of an expert advisor by a very simple tool by 4 times with one simple skill. In the last lesson, when we did the basic best test analysis, the profit was $218. With this simple optimization, we managed to increase this result 4 times. Here you can see the inputs we would need to change to achieve this result. We see take profit 30 and stop loss 35. So this combination of take profit and stop loss is the best combination and it would bring us the highest profit. So what should we do now? If I want to use this expert advisor to trade for me, I will click on the attached chart, new window opens. We need to click on the Inputs tab and simply enter 30 in the take profit and 35 in the stop loss field. Everything else remains the same. Click on the OK box and that's it. We see that the expert advisor is activated. Well, this would be some basic optimization. Now I advise you to select one of the expert advisors on your platform. I'm sure you have a lot of them in the MT4 platform, but in the next lesson I will show you how to add some other expert advisors to your MT4 platform. Then click on the Expert Properties field, select the inputs that you want to use for optimization. It would be best to start with take profit and stop loss inputs, only of course if you know well a certain indicator and know what all these inputs and numbers mean, then you can also play with them. When you make sure that the results of the backtest analysis are good, when you optimize the expert advisor, only then use an expert advisor in trading with real money. This is all very simple, you just need to practice a little. All I did with this expert advisor you should try to do with some other expert advisor. Try to make a spreadsheet, write down the expert advisor you have optimized, the inputs that you changed and that gave you the best results. Try to use the best ones on demo account, use them for a few months, and if you see that the results are good, you can start using them in real trading. Let's go further. When you test an expert advisor, besides profit, it is critical to pay attention to a drawdown. To see how much drawdown is on this optimized expert advisor, I will first have to uncheck this optimization field, and then I will click on the properties. As you can see, it's back to its original state because I've unchecked optimization. I will uncheck these two fields and enter the data we received after optimization, which is 30 for take profit and 35 for stop loss. Let's try. I click on the OK box, then start. Let's see the results. Yes, it's 10,882.2. This is a graph and below is a report. Here we see a lot of useful information about our optimized expert advisor. What is important to us now is this row here, and the most important thing is the maximal drawdown, which is 193 or 1.9%. This is more than a good information. A drawdown of more than 20% tells us that that Forex robot is too risky. This would mean that an expert advisor may easily have a losing streak in which you can lose 20% of a total money in your account. The maximum losing streak with our optimized expert advisor is about 2%. And why is that so important? It is important because it tells us that we can freely increase the risk on this expert advisor. So now let's do that. I will click on the expert properties field, and in the lot size, instead of 0.1, I will enter 0.5. So I will increase the amount of money invested in each trade for 5 times. I will click on the OK and then start. Let's see the results now. Total net profit would be 4,411, and our maximum drawdown is still below 10%. Many traders do not pay attention to drawdown, and drawdown measures a maximum losing streak. Imagine it was 20% and I increased my risk by 5 times. This means that I would lose all the money in the account when bad streak comes. Here we can see that even when I increased my risk for 5 times, our drawdown is still below 10%. You can only increase your risk per trade if the drawdown allows it. Please make sure that drawdown is no more than 10%. Okay, you saw how with simple tricks we were able to optimize an expert advisor and increase the initial results from $218 to $4,411. Of course, such results would have been achieved in the previous year with a capital of $10,000 because we were doing backtest analysis with that data. However, I must point out that previous results cannot guarantee the same results in the next year. Okay, I really hope you understood how to do a backtest analysis and also how to do an expert advisor optimization. Now I advise you to choose any other expert advisor and try to do all this on your MT4 platform. Play around for a while, feel free to change the time period, choose a smaller or larger time frame, choose another expert advisor or another currency pair. It's up to you, try it, you'll see it's very interesting. I really hope you will come to positive results and eventually to real profit. Most of them are free, but if you want to invest money in this type of trading, you can choose one of the paid expert advisors. So let's see where you can find all of these. Go to www.mql4.com. When you open this page, click on the market field. Now we see a new page with many expert advisors and indicators for MT4 platform. To select expert advisors, you need to click here in the MetaTrader 4 menu on the expert field. Okay, here it is, a list of expert advisors. As you can see, there are really a lot of them. This is only one page, and we see that we have 113 pages, which means that we have several thousand in offer. Also, we can see that some of them have a price and they are really expensive. The fact that these expert advisors are so expensive does not necessarily mean that they can bring a profit. We will, however, select one of the free expert advisors, and then I will show how you can move these expert advisors to your MT4. When we click on the free box, we get a list of free expert advisors that you can easily add to your platform. What is great is that each of these expert advisors has a rating, so you can see the ratings and comments from the traders who used these expert advisors. For example, this EA has a rating 5. However, to find out more about a particular EA, you need to click on it. Okay, let's open one of them, just to see if there is one that sounds familiar to me, which is based on some indicator. Well, it doesn't. It doesn't matter, I'll open this Scalper Expert Advisor. This EA has a rating of 4, has 61 reviews, which is good, and 584 comments. Here we can see the results of this Expert Advisor. If you're interested in one of these, it's a good idea to read a little about it. To put this Expert Advisor in the MT4 platform, you just need to click on the download box. New window appears. Have you installed MT4? Yes, I have MetaTrader 4, or no, I have no MT4. If you do not have, then you will need to install the platform first. I will click on the yes, I have MT4. New window will appear. Check this box and click on URL. We are immediately switched to the platform. We will wait a little. Here it is. As this website is directly linked to the MT4 platform, Expert Advisor is automatically moved to this Expert Advisors field in the sub-menu Market. Now we're going to add another one. Let's take this one. It has a rating 5. But only 2 reviews, so we will choose another one. The more reviews, the more relevant the rating. I will choose this one, trend line. It has 24 reviews, rating of 4.5 and 13 comments. Well, you can also read about it, see what parameters uses, and so on. In any case, if you decide to use it, just click on the download box. Here it is. It's on the Expert Advisor list. If you want to trade with them, choose a currency pair. I'll choose this first one. Click on Attach to Chart. Okay, and that's it. We see that it's active. Let's include the other one. Here it is. It's also active. As you can see, it's very simple. You don't have to search the whole internet and waste your time. There are thousands of expert advisors on this website that you can easily add to your MT4 platform. If you want to engage in this type of trading, it would be a good idea to research as many of these expert advisors as possible, see what the comments are, what other traders have to say about them, how long they have been tested, and what results they have been getting with these expert advisors. Of course, people believe that these paid expert advisors bring better results and think as soon as they are expensive they certainly bring great profits. It is not always the case. Honestly, I haven't used some of these expert advisors, so I can't tell you if they are making a profit or not, but what is great is that before you decide to buy one of these expert advisors, you can test it, do a backtest analysis, and see what results this expert advisors has achieved in the previous period. So, in the next lesson, I will show you how to do a backtest analysis of these paid expert advisors before you decide. Many traders believe that these expert advisors, which as you can see have such high prices, bring huge profits, but that may not be true. If you think that free expert advisors are not good enough and you want to buy one of the paid expert advisors, now I will show you how you can test them before spending any money. We are in the sub-menu Experts, MetaTrader 4. I will mark Scalping Expert Advisors. The price can be between $30 and $50, and I will mark that it has a minimum 4-star rating. I will click on the Find box to see if there are such expert advisors. This is a list of expert advisors that cost between $30 and $50 and have a rating above 4. Okay, let's choose one of them. Let it be this RSI expert advisor. I really love the RSI indicator, and this is the reason why I chose it. So now, in order not to pay $30 for an expert advisor which may not bring you any profit, it would be a good idea to test it first. The first thing to do is click on the free demo field. New window appears, click on yes, and then open URL. It will be automatically inserted into the platform, we just need to wait a little. I will click on this plus in front of the market field. Here it is, RSI action. Let's test it and see if that expert advisor is worth something or not, and finally decide whether to spend money on it or not. I will click on the strategy tester field, then I will select the expert advisor. It is in the market folder. I will click on this little plus and select RSI action expert advisor. I will select the period from March 1st to June 1st. These are the last 3 months. Since it's a scalping expert advisor, I will choose the M5 period. So we choose an expert advisor, a currency pair euro-dollar, a period of the last 3 months, and the M5 time frame. I will click on the start field. Okay, let's see the results. We can see that the expert advisor would only open 2 positions in the last 3 months and would make a loss about $4. Let's see the report. Yes, profit after 3 months is minus $3.8. As you can see, even this scalping expert advisor, it has only opened 2 positions on the euro-dollar currency pair in the last 3 months, which is really not good. Also, the result is negative. So based on this simple test, we can say that it wouldn't be wise to pay $30 for an expert advisor, which might never make a profit for us, and there is a chance that it make a huge loss on our account. In one of the previous lessons, I showed you how to optimize an expert advisor. You can try to do that now, try to change some of these parameters. The results may be slightly better, but in any case, based on this simple analysis, I concluded that this expert advisor is not good and I certainly wouldn't buy it. To sum up, as you have seen, it doesn't necessarily mean that these paid expert advisors make more profit than free ones. So my advice to you is that if you already decided to buy an expert advisor, first do a backtest analysis and then decide whether to spend your money or